Pet hair can cause havoc on your washer and your dryer. You know, you've done a load of laundry, you've washed it, you take it out of the dryer, and then you realize it's still covered in hair. That's because pet hair can get clogged up in your washing machine. Luckily, there is an awesome product called the Pet Hair Dissolver. It's an enzymatic formula that you just dump in your washing machine, and it actually eliminates the pet hair, resulting in cleaner, fresher clothes. Here's how to get it. Go to tjritchie.com/deals. That's where you'll find the Pet Hair Dissolver. Again, it's tjritchie.com/deals. It's the best price you'll find on it anywhere.
News Talk 1110 and 99.3 WBT proudly presents America's coolest conservative. Well, proudly could be stretching it a bit. Welcome to the TJ Ritchie Show.
All right. Hold on now, hold on. I'm not in the military, but I am major problems right now. I'm having a computer issue. Just a little bit of a computer issue. That's all. Where is it? Oh man, I need some young people to come in here and help me with this. Nah, it's all right. It's hung up. Come on, hold on. I know this is what you tuned in for, to have to hear me force quit something. What you got? Yep. Cool. Isaac, look at you, sweet boy, walking all the way around here with a note telling me I got a advertisement to do at 7:14. You could have just said, I'm not like the intellectuals that you work for, the other day parts, what we call it on the radio station, a day part. So, I'm not like Winterbull and Jensen and them. You can just shout it out. Hey, you got a PhD weight loss advertisement coming up at 7:14. You could do that. You hear me? Yeah, you heard me. You hear me? I don't even care. I can't hear you now. You gotta
camo.
All right. Turn on the microphone. Okay. I know we got serious issues to discuss tonight, but I'm not in a serious mood yet. I've been doing this thing that helps me very much in my mental state to be prepared to come in here as the radio legend I am, as the green-eyed patriot, to bring forth pinpoint political analysis delivered with wit and Southern charm. Mm-hmm. So, sometimes when I pull into the parking lot here at the mighty WBT, some days I'm listening to news. I'm listening to, most of the time it's the end of Mr. Winterbull's show, and then the news at the top of the hour and whatnot. But the last couple of nights, I have been just cranking the music in my truck. I get pumped. Yeah. Like I'm ready to fight some damn body.
What songs you listening to?
Well, hold on a minute now.
Okay.
I'm going somewhere here.
Turn your mic back on.
Yeah, please. I spoke too soon when I said turn your mic on. So last night, what I do is I put it on. Look, I'm not gonna lie. Ever since I backed into show business, I've become a man of above average means, and so I can afford Apple Music. And so I just put it on there. There's something called Ritchie's Radio that's on there. And I put on Ritchie's Radio, and they give me the stuff that they think I would like. I'm just that powerful, ladies and gentlemen. That's how much clout I carry in the music business. They make a whole radio station for me at the Apple headquarters. So last night it happened to be on some West Coast gangster stuff with heavy beats. I don't like all this the rap that the kids listen to now with just that beat in it, and then they talk like I don't like all that mumble rap or anything like that. I'm Ice Cube, Mac 10, that kind of stuff. The West Side Connection. But then again, I like all kinds of music, and Apple Music knows that. So I can go from listening to the gangsta rap, loving it, to what happened to be playing when I got off of I-77 South at exit 10A, coming to the radio station here in the heart of the big dangerous city of Charlotte. And I know anybody that heard me cranking it in my truck thought, oh, I usually don't see gay men in a four-wheel drive. That's probably what they were saying. And here's Isaac. He is, as they say, all boy. Oh, Isaac now, he's all boy. He's a traditional masculine man, 24, testosterone through the roof, all that. But I knew good and well he was going to like that sassy jam right there. I did. Because, I'm the same thing. I'm just not 24. And I got the testosterone, just oozing through me now, too.
You hear me?
Yeah. So, yeah, that's a little, what you call, walk-up music. That's what the baseball players call it. That's my walk-up music. Britney Spears. But you know what? I am unapologetically me. And I encourage everybody to be that, unless you're a jerk or an idiot. Then you don't need to be unapologetically you. You need to be apologizing for who you are. But I'm cool. So I have no apologies. That's how cool I am. I'm America's coolest conservative, and I'm so cool that I can take a song like that is a sassy jam, and I can make it cool for a masculine man to be all up on it. So there. Now get to work, bit. Yeah.
You gotta look at the text line. It's blowing up.
Oh, is it? I'm sure.
We got a guy on the way to the the deer camp.
Yeah, tell me what it says while I pull it up here.
Dude, I'm on the way to the deer camp in my 4x4 pumping Brittany with 2 ARs and a Glock 19.
Yes. Stay strapped, my friend. Stay strapped. But yeah, go ahead and go on whatever music service you got and get the real version. It hits a little bit harder, instead of saying work and saying work bit, That's what you do. Now it's not letting me. I may have been. This may be not even going out over the air because I think management has blocked me from the text line driven by Liberty Buick GMC. I can't get on it now.
I got it.
Well, that means they done fired you too because I'm using your login information, Isaac. We're gone. All right. So enough with the shenanigans. Maybe we'll probably do more shenanigans throughout the night because it's what kind of mood I'm in, and I think we need it, ladies and gentlemen. I think we need a little bit of a reprieve from the sadness and mayhem that we've been dealing with over the past week, and what we've been dealing with for a while now. Watching the way the country has transformed for the worse. Okay? All right, so who knows what? I really have. I've been in here, been upstairs in the part of the building where there are people. I didn't seclude myself down in the basement before the show tonight like I usually do. I've been up in here visiting with everybody, getting on Pam the Jam Warner's nerves because she's trying to work, asking special favors of Anna Erickson, the news lady. I don't even have a full show planned, so we'll just wing it and see how that goes, and we'll get all on it coming up next.
More of the TJ Ritchie Show is coming up.
If you want some of the most delicious pork products you have ever had, then you need to make an order at Big Fork Brands. That's right. Big Fork is at tjritchie.com/deals, and when you use the code TJ, you'll save 20%. It's Big Fork.
Hey, it's TJ, and everybody in the country is talking about my new political talk show on News Talk 1110 and 99.3 WBT, and they want more. How can I get more? Well, you can get the podcast every episode on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Just get signed up for it there. It's easy. Just go to tjritchie.com, and that will get you there.
Identifying liberalism. and mocking it relentlessly. This is the TJ Ritchie Show on News Talk 1110 and 99.3 WBT.
Hello, peoples. Hello. Hello, doll. Man, I love it when something out of the ordinary happens on the radio station, which I'm guessing that's out of the ordinary. I don't. I didn't get to hear Vince Coakley's entire show this morning, but I'm guessing that he didn't play Britney Spears, like an entire Britney Spears song as one of his segments. So I guess that's out of the ordinary for WBT. And then people react to it like they have. I mean, just text messages coming in here like crazy. It's 704-570-1110. That is the number. Michael said nothing. He didn't have to say. Well, he did. He made us an emoji face like he was embarrassed. But then he came back with a meme of Britney with the snake around her neck at the VMAs that year. So bringing it hard, my man Michael. Thank you. As a side note, well, I don't know if it's a side note or not. We're talking about Britney Spears. I'm about to tell you something else about Britney Spears. That sounds like a center note. If you don't follow her on social media, like on Instagram, it's disturbing a lot of times. She just gets in front of the camera and she wears crazy outfits and she dances like in these just, I don't know. It's kind of like a psychotic looking presentation, you know, like a person would do in an institution or something if they're in a padded room and they're just in there trying to entertain themselves. And she's dying to be naked. I know I've said this before. She is dying to be naked because she always, and I know it's naked, but it's more fun to say naked. She always gets in front of the camera and dances around, and she'll start acting like she's pulling her bikini bottoms down and stuff, and she'll pull them down as far as she can get away with. And sometimes she is naked and has to go in and strategically place little emojis to block out her private parts. I don't know what possesses people. I don't know what gets in people's heads to want to be naked in front of everybody. I'm a never nude myself. Isaac, you know what a never nude is? That means I don't even look at myself naked. I take a shower in a swimsuit. I don't want to see that. I have no mirrors in my bathroom.
You just didn't put any up, or did you break them
I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I just, man, I can't look at myself. Now, I was thinking about today, somebody was asking me, how much weight have you lost? And I said, 27 pounds. She's like, you look great. It's my neighbor. My neighbor came over to look at the patio furniture that my wife's trying to sell before we move. And she said, you look great. I said, thank you. And then I went, I got a long way to go. I always have to follow that up. I got a long way to go. 27 pounds for me is like throwing a deck chair off the Titanic. I always have that go-to line. And I guess I shouldn't say that because then it kind of puts pressure on the other person to, maybe they think I need them to compliment me again. These are the things that haunt me in, day-to-day conversations with people. I'm always worried about whether or not I'm giving somebody what they expect from me. And I always think that people expect me to be funny, and then when I'm not, then they think that I'm mad or in a bad mood or something like that. My wife has given me that duplex, because if we go out, we go out places, and then I would just want to sit and be quiet and listen to everybody else talk, because I talk nonstop for a living. We get in the car, she goes, well, everybody could tell you were miserable tonight. I go, what are you talking about? I had a great time. Well, you didn't talk to anybody. You weren't being yourself. And it's because I wasn't being a clown. I was just enjoying letting everybody else converse. Notice I said converse. I did not say conversate. If you know anybody that says conversate, cut that relationship off. I don't know how you could continue a relationship after that. So I did the whole thing. Well, I got a long way to go and blah, blah, blah. So then I was thinking, how long is it going to take before I'm just okay with walking around shirtless? Like in the yard or something. I don't know whether I got to be at my ultimate goal at PhD weight loss or just older than I am. Because, once you get a certain age, you just don't care. Old men, that's why, and ladies, you may not know this, but old men at the gym, they will walk around that locker room just no modesty at all. I mean, they're not even ready to get in the shower, and they're walking around having full conversations with people, just naked as they can be, propping their foot up on the little bench there while you're sitting trying to put your shoes on. They want to have a conversation, and I mean, just out there. And it's like, come on, man, put a towel on or something. It's just like once they reach I don't know what the age is. I don't know if it's like Social Security age or what, but something triggers in a man, it seems like, that they lose all modesty and just don't care. And will just be out there for everybody to just, enjoy the show. I don't know that I'll ever get there. I just don't know. And then what does this have to do with anything today? Nothing. But you see, a lot of times on Fridays, I lighten it up a little bit to have some fun on the show. And I know today is Thursday, but I'm not going to be here tomorrow, which is a whole separate issue of an insecurity on my part. I touched on it a little bit last night at the end of the show. So I'm sure I'll get into it before the show is over tonight. And honestly, I do this sort of stuff sometimes, this type of show, not for my benefit, but I'm such a giver. I mean, I'm such a generous person. Young Isaac works so hard, and he loves it. He loves it when we do lighthearted, funny material. So it's not for me, it's for him, because I'm such a sweetheart. That's why. All right, hang on. We got more coming up.
The TJ Ritchie Show.
Hey, it's TJ, and yes, it is going strong. The TJ Ritchie Show. It's my new political podcast on News Talk 1110 and 99.3 WBT, and you need to sign up and get all the inside scoop on everything and get the special little perks by being a member of the Ritchie Gang. Be a gangster. Just go to tjritchie.com and sign up today.
Late, live, and local. It's the TJ Ritchie Show on News Talk 1110 and 99.3 WBT.
All right. Let's see what Bane the Maine wants to talk about here. I like the name Bane. Hey, Bane.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello. That's a pretty cool name. It's a family name.
I love it, yeah.
And thank you. And it's kind of interesting because I was born in Charlotte, but I was raised in Connecticut. But my whole family is from Charlotte originally. My dad went to Old Central High School back in the day.
Oh, wow.
And my uncle went to Garinger High School. And here's what the connection is, and it'll connect you with LSU baseball also.
Okay.
My uncle, and some people there might know this and remember it, he was the head coach at Florida State baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Martin, all-time winningest coach in NCAA history.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Recruited Cal Raleigh, who just broke, he broke Mickey Mantle's record for the most switch hit home runs ever by a Major League Baseball player.
Yep, and he's from Cullowhee. He's from Cullowhee, North Carolina, the home of the Western, where my son went to college. My son graduated from Western Carolina University in Cullowhee. Yeah?
We call it UCLA, University of Cullowhee, left of Asheville.
Yeah, that's a great area. Not an area for a young man who wants to have a lot of fun.
No.
But it's a great area. I love it. And he liked the school. My son's not a partier anyway, so that was pretty cool. But there's also another guy from that area who is a famous actor.
Who?
Did you watch Justified? Did you watch that show about the U.S. Marshals?
Not.
Okay. The guy's name is Nick Searcy, I think is his last name. He was he played one of the main characters on that. He's been on a lot of stuff. Did you see the movie about the football player named Burlsworth, who was he played for Arkansas and he got killed in a car wreck on his way to becoming an NFL player?
I didn't, but I know about it.
Yeah, he was in that too. He played the devil in that. He was awesome. Yeah, so I think those are the two big stars from that area. Well, and of course, my son will be famous one day.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That'll be good.
Now, here's kind of the interesting connection too with LSU. My uncle's last year making it to the College World Series was 2019, and they had to beat LSU to get there, and it's kind of an upset. Now, Uncle Mike made it to the College World Series 17 times and never won. But they were there 17 times, and the last one was against LSU, and I know you're an LSU man.
Yeah, and I remember that because it was, obviously heartbreaking and all. And LSU is right up there with the with so many of the World Series titles that we get spoiled.
Oh my gosh,
we get spoiled when they don't even make it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean they're right up there, there. And again, the interesting thing is that Coach Martin went to Garinger High School and grew up at with my daddy at 1824 East Independence Boulevard. There's nothing there now, but they said they remember watching the Coliseum being built.
No way. That's awesome.
It was kind of fun.
Yeah, and I've only been here for 25 years or so, and it's changed so much in that time. Even where I live up in Mooresville, it's completely different than
when you go up that way. Yeah. I love hearing the stories of people talking about old Charlotte. You hear it with Bo and Beth a fair amount, but I mean we're talking 50s Charlotte, which was just everybody tells me it was just a big small town. It was a small big town.
Yeah, the 50s though, that was Beth's formative years. I mean, don't tell her I said that. All right, well, thank you very much for calling, Bane. It was good talking to you, bud.
Good talking
Appreciate
to you,
it.
Thanks.
All right.
You man.
Yeah. She wouldn't care.
Hey, if I could jump in real quick, Nick Searcy, great guy. Met him.
Yeah, I know you met him. You talk about that.
Yeah.
He's one of us.
He is. He is down to earth guy. Good dude.
And one of us, I don't mean North Carolinian. I mean he's a Republican conservative kind of guy. He was friends with Rush Limbaugh. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Rush used to talk about him a lot.
So now I officially know two of Rush's friends?
Yep.
Camo.
Yeah. Nick Searcy and the Green-Eyed Patriot. So when we come on, we're having fun and everything. It's a lot of times it is I will judge these types of situations by what my emotions are at the time, because there are so many. We got 11 people that listen to the show, and so that's 11 different sets of emotions and all, and I can't predict each person, so I have to just go by what I'm feeling. And to be honest with you, there were a couple of things today that, in preparing for the show, that made me tear up. And it wasn't, just like, oh my God, this is so horrible situation. But nonetheless, it's emotional. And I've got the clips and I'm going to play them. I just didn't feel like doing it right off the bat. I just didn't feel like doing it at the top of the show. And I know you've been listening to WBT all day. You haven't been away from it. I know how it works. And all the other hosts do a great job in, that's why they got me stuck on at night. Because the good people do it during the day, and then they're like, all right, well, whatever he decides to do, it's not going to hurt us. That's the way they look at it. Now, if Pete Callender came on here and all of a sudden he's playing Britney Spears songs at the beginning of his show and he's acting like a goofball, and people would be like, what is going on? Did he eat a fistful of gummies before he came to work? Because he's solid. He's solid. But with me, they're like, I bet you could ask the management of this radio station. You could say, we got a group of 10 guys here. Which one of them is TJ? And they would have to have a meeting with each other to discuss. They couldn't just pick it out with individual thought. They'd have to do a breakout group to figure it out. But that's all right. I lay below the radar kind of thing. Below the radar. Okay. But I guess it is time for me to share with you at least one of the clips that caused me to get emotional today. And like I said, it's not a sadness of, like I was the other night with Charlie Kirk's wife, Erica, and her statement that she made, her speech that she gave so quickly after his death. It's not like that, but you'll hear it, and you may think, oh well, he's just being soft. That's no big deal. But like I said earlier, I don't hide who I am from you as John and Joan Q listener. When I come in here, we're family. So okay, so we'll get to that coming up next. Hang on.
It's TJ Ritchie.
Pet hair can cause havoc on your washer and your dryer. You've done a load of laundry, you've washed it, you take it out of the dryer, and then you realize it's still covered in hair. That's because pet hair can get clogged up in your washing machine. Luckily, there is an awesome product called the Pet Hair Dissolver. It's an enzymatic formula that you just dump in your washing machine, and it actually eliminates the pet hair, resulting in cleaner, fresher clothes. Here's how to get it. Go to tjritchie.com/deals. That's where you'll find the Pet Hair Dissolver. Again, it's tjritchie.com/deals. It's the best price you'll find on it anywhere.
So there's a reason that the Dewdrops are the #1 seller in the Love Into Skincare line. They're my absolute favorite if I'm dry, dull, just need a little pick-me-up during the day, which a lot of times I do. The other day I was in the car line picking up Delilah from kindergarten, and I just was feeling dry and dull. I put some on, and when I got to the space to pick her up, the teacher that opened the door said, Lindsay, your skin looks amazing. I said, oh my God, thank you. It's the Love Into Dewdrops. Go to tjritchie.com/deals, code TJ for 21% off.
He's radio royalty in the Carolinas and Queen Charlotte's sweetest prince. It's TJ Ritchie on News Talk 1110 and 99.3 WBT.
Hey, thanks so much for listening. Being here. As we are on the air everywhere. Now, I know a lot of times it seems like on this show that I'm just Mr. Flippant, Mr. Smart aleck, sarcastic, whatever, and I am. But I'm also a sensitive person, and not sensitive to any of the insults that y'all throw at me or anything. Because, I honestly, I learned a long time ago to consider the source. So that doesn't bother me. I'm not sensitive about that. But when things are touching to me, that's what I'm talking about. Anything about, patriotism, God. And a lot of times when I'm talking about how much I appreciate the support from listeners throughout my career. You know, it's a big deal. People don't realize it, but it is a big deal for so many people to decide. And then again, my background is morning radio. So to decide to wake up in the morning when they're getting ready for work and getting ready to start their day, and they're getting, with all of the stresses that people have going on in their lives, to make that decision to turn the radio on to listen to the show that you're on, that you put on every day, and share their lives with you, is a big deal to me. And I feel the same way for the very, very few of you. In all seriousness, there aren't many who are listening at night here to this show. You know, I'm going to hold back from you. I haven't built a huge following here yet. It's been on a couple of months. But those are the types of things that choke me up. And this lady that I found on social media today, who was talking about Charlie Kirk, and when we have focused so much on this show this week about how the Democrats, the left, have to lie about Charlie Kirk and what he was about, what his message was, calling him a racist and a white supremacist, and they only do it because they know that they cannot really allow the truth to reach their target. Okay? The scariest, most frightening thing to a Democrat politician is for a lot, like big groups of black people, to hear the truth about what side the actual racism comes from, and the fact that the Democrat politicians have used black people for so long and taken them for granted. They can't stand that. They can't bear the thought of that. So they've taken Charlie Kirk's message, and now that he's dead, they can go around and then these fake preachers from their fake platforms, calling him a white supremacist and all that, and they know good and well they're lying. They're lying, and they know it. They stand in their churches and they lie to their people. So this video I found today, and I hope the whole thing is on it because it's a pretty long clip. How long does it say it is? 218. Okay, so I usually don't play long clips like that, but you need to hear the whole thing. This is a woman who's sitting talking to the camera at her house just because she wanted to say something.
Let's just talk about it, because respectfully, a lot of y'all getting on my nerves. Let me tell you something about myself. I am probably one of the best people on this earth to speak on Charlie Kirk, to speak on his beliefs and what he preached, what he said, his messages. You want to know why? Because I've been in almost every field that y'all claim he's against. As you can see, I'm black. Blizzy black. Do you hear me? I'm a woman. I am a female. But y'all claim he is a sexist. Guess what else that I was? I was a member of the rainbow community, the alphabet community. For over 10 years of my life, I consider myself to be lesbian. You see this little white stuff on my shirt right here? You want to know what that is? It's baby throw up. You want to know why it's baby throw up? Because the Lord has blessed me with a husband and 3 kids after I gave my life to him, was filled with the Holy Spirit and born again. But you want to tell me... You hear that sweet voice? You want to tell me I was never meant to, or never should have had any of this, and should have continued to walk in the deception that was a part of my life. Get out of here. I support and approve much of what Charlie Kirk said because I lived it, I went through it, and I testify that doing things God's way is better, that me being black never was a hindrance, and that me being a woman is totally fine. You want to know why? I have a master's degree and I choose to be a stay-at-home mother. Oh, that's going to tick somebody off, ain't it? Yup, I sit at home all day with my 3 kids, taking care of them, because my family will forever be more important than my career. But wait, that's not all. Let me include this really important detail. When I was 4 years old, my dad was unalived just a month before my 5th birthday. So don't come into my comments saying I had more opportunities than this person or that person. I was raised by a single mother who worked in a factory till this day. So get out of here. Okay? We do what we choose to do. Stop making excuses. Listen to Charlie Kirk and understand that through the power of God, through the power of Jesus Christ, you can be more than conquerors. And black community, you want to know what's really wrong with us? We ran away from Jesus and ran to the government. Yeah.
That is the epitome of what not only Charlie Kirk wanted, but all conservatives want. But that's kryptonite to the Democrat Party. That is kryptonite to these fake ministers. The fake ministers and the commucrats wanted her to stay the way she was, unhappy, and trying to blame everybody else for the reasons that she was unhappy. Charlie Kirk and the rest of us conservatives, we don't want people to stay unhappy. That's why when you hit Democrats or the people that they lord power over, when you hit them with the truth and you let them know, hey, you're being held back by the principles of the left. You're being held back because not that the people on the left that run things don't want to blame you for anything and they're feeling sorry for you. It's not that. They want you to be where you are. You are there by design. So somebody like Charlie Kirk says, you don't have to live that way. Statistics show this, and this. They have to call him a white supremacist. They have to discredit him because they don't want a bunch of people like this woman who has an awakening and is now thrilled living a happy life with a husband and 3 beautiful kids, doing what she wants to do and not what somebody else has convinced her she has to do or that she can't do. That's it in a nutshell. I haven't heard a real life example of what the right wants for people as opposed to what the left has done to people in a long time. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And you know what's sad about it? There are people listening right now that are seething at what I'm saying because they're calling me a white supremacist. Because I'm the one who says that people need to free themselves of the hold that the Democrat Party has over them. Because the Democrat Party is going to do nothing but cultivate misery in people. They want you to be miserable, so you go to them and give them the power to try to make you happy. That's what they do. All right. TJ on the News is coming up next. Don't miss that. Hang on.
More of the TJ Ritchie Show is coming up.
Hey, it's TJ, and everybody in the country is talking about my new political talk show on News Talk 1110 and 99.3 WBT, and they want more. How can I get more? Well, you can get the podcast every episode on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Just get signed up for it there. It's easy. Just go to tjritchie.com, and that will get you there.
Live from the big city of Charlotte, North Carolina, it's TJ on the News.
News Talk 1110 and 99.3 WBT. Ready to go around the world. Young Isaac. He's here. Are you ready, Isaac?
I was born ready.
Lonnie Ray is here. You checking in? You good?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go. Lead story. All right. It's the first time a local story has led TJ on the News, I think. This is out of Troutman, up there where I live. A monkey is on the loose after it escaped from an Iredell County zoo. This is according to WBTV. The owner of Zootastic, Scotty Brown. I'm very familiar with Zootastic because they've been involved in some charity things that we've done. And obviously, living in that area as long as I have, I've been to Zootastic several times. They confirmed that a monkey is on the loose. Said that everybody's looking for it. Said that the monkey was able to get out of the zoo by pulling wire bars apart, sliding through them. Once the monkey got out, someone recorded a video of it climbing power lines in the Troutman area. That video was viewed more than 41,000 times and shared nearly 300 times. They always have to put that in news stories now.
Yeah.
To show, how many people are interested in, and I guess to prove that it's worthy of covering it in the news. I don't know. So, I think anytime there's a monkey loose in a southern town, that makes the news, no matter how viral it has gone or not. The zoo owner said Wednesday's escape was the first time a monkey has gotten loose, and by the time he and his team got to where the video was taken, the monkey was gone. He said he believed that if the monkey is not found, it will find its way back to Zootastic. The monkey that escaped is said to be 10 years old and is used as a breeder, a lot like the green-eyed Patriot.
Okay.
Why would he break out?
It's at Iredell County Animal Services said the animal is a capuchin monkey and the public should not try to catch it if it is found. Now, most of the time you would think, well, there's no need to say that. Nobody's going to try. But somebody would try to get that monkey.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, right now, there's a lot of people trying to get to you and that monkey. You see what I did there?
Yeah.
That's a song.
Mm-hmm.
You and that monkey. Trying to get to you and that monkey.
They got a reward on the monkey?
It doesn't say. Anyone who sees the monkey should report it. Calls Zootastic and gives the number here, or Animal Services. Can you imagine, though, how much is a monkey? I mean, as a business, they got to look at it like, oh, we got some money crawling around on power lines out there.
I don't know, but I'll find it.
I was about to say, me and Lonnie and a lasso, dude, we'd have that thing in 30 minutes.
And y'all put it on Facebook Marketplace and then wonder why the police found you.
Hey,
how'd they get us? All right, next story.
I believe I can fly.
Fender benders in morning rush hour are common, but this might be the first crash of its kind. 2 flying cars collided in air Tuesday while rehearsing for an air show in China. Both pilots are okay. One of them sustained minor injuries. Officials say they were performing stunts in formation and got a little too close. They're quadcopter flying cars, not in the airplane kind. I don't know what that means. Quadcopter. Oh, I guess it's like a yeah. So they're not really flying cars. They're helicopters that are shaped like cars. Oh.
Can they also drive on the roads that's set in the story?
Let's see. One of them was able to land safely. The other flying car burst into flames when it landed. Several outlets are calling it the first flying car crash ever. But it doesn't say if they can go on the road or not. If not, then they're not cars.
No.
I mean, you can't believe anything coming out of China.
Tell them, TJ.
And finally,
I had a little turtle. His name was Tiny Tim. I put him in the bathtub to see if he could swim.
All right, deputies in Flagler County, Florida, arrested a man in a van on Beverly Beach after they say they found sea turtle eggs on the floorboard of the vehicle and a plethora of drugs throughout the van. The sheriff's office arrested Wesley Winters. Now, that sounds like a prestigious name, doesn't it? Like that person, Wesley Winters, would be highfalutin, come from old money, right?
Yeah.
Hi, I'd like to introduce you to my colleague, Wesley Winters.
Probably got a little ascot. Yeah.
Well, I don't know about his buttocks, whether it's big or not. But
I'm going to Google that word after this segment.
That he's 53. Deputies said they found that he was parked. The van parked outside of a home along North Ocean Shore Boulevard. That doesn't matter to us because we don't live there. Deputies said Winters had been arrested for aggravated battery and was under a no contact order for the person who lived in the house. So I guess you're looking at kind of like some stalking laws he's breaking there. According to the county sheriff's office release, the deputy woke up Winters and asked him to step out of the van, and that's when he noticed the white and tan orbs sitting on the floorboard between Winters' feet. The deputy called the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission and began to put the eggs into an evidence bag when he noticed a marijuana bowl on the ground next to the van. And when asked if he had any drugs, the deputy said that Winter responded, "Not that I'm aware of."
That means yes.
And then he agreed to have his van searched. So sheriff's office said that when the deputy found methamphetamine, fentanyl, marijuana, and some other kind of pill I can't pronounce, and a homemade metal pipe with another marijuana bowl matching the one outside, then they said, okay, well, we got a whole mess going on here. So Winters told the wildlife officer the eggs came from 2 nests that had washed away, and he thought the eggs were no longer viable. Winters was arrested on several charges. And wow, I'm wondering though if the egg situation carries the longest sentence or the biggest, punishment.
I mean, they take them turtles seriously.
I know. I hate a sea turtle.
Man, why?
Everybody's just so dramatic about a sea turtle. I hate. They just.
We're hung up on the sea turtle.
I hate a damn sea turtle. They make it where people can't live their lives around the beach without having to worry about all these sea turtles everywhere. Man, would y'all eat a sea turtle egg? Would y'all eat an egg or a turtle? I'd eat both.
I've had some turtle soup. I can't say the word, but I could had some turtle soup. Yeah.
But sea turtle though, like I would eat that, and I would eat those eggs for breakfast.
I'd give it a shot. I'd try it once.
I mean, they're eggs. What does it matter? I mean, you're an egg man, Isaac. You got chickens. You got eggs everywhere. You're the egg man.
Yeah, Mo.
If somebody, like a duck egg, have you ever had duck eggs? The yolk on a duck egg is so rich and delicious.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-huh. So I'm wondering what the yolk of a sea turtle egg, how big is a sea turtle egg? It's probably about the size of a robin egg or something. They're probably not that big, are they?
Yeah, you've seen them babies. The babies are tiny, so it's probably not a big egg.
Yeah. I'd eat them babies, too. I'm telling you, I hate a sea turtle. Now, I'm not telling anybody to go harm the sea turtles, God forbid, but I just hate a sea turtle. They're ugly.
Them little babies got to make it to the ocean, man.
I know. And the birds don't play that. Am I the only one rooting for the birds?
Yeah, I think so.
It's crazy, man. Sea turtles. They get better treatment, the sea turtles do, than humans do. And if you want more sea turtles, follow that Rush Limbaugh theory of eating them. If you start eating them, then capitalism will take over and people will realize, they'll figure out how to make more of them. That's with any animal.
I tell you what, my favorite part about sea turtles, though, is using the paper straws at the beach.
Yeah, I love that. That's one of the reasons why I hate them.
What?
You got to use a pixie stick for a straw.
As long as you drink that drink in under 5 minutes, it's fine.
It's like having a feminine product you're drinking out of. Nasty. All right, that's it for TJ on the news.
The TJ Ritchie Show.
So I recently purchased the last pair of sunglasses Kyle is ever going to need. They're called Maglocks, and they're magnetic sunglasses by Distill Union. You have to check these out. They're magnetized so they stay on your shirt no matter what you're doing. Go to tjritchie.com/deals, code TJ for 20% off.
He's America's coolest conservative. Welcome to the TJ Ritchie Show on News Talk 1110 and 99.3 WBT.
Hey, a lot of people blasting that text line tonight. You can call too, 704-570-1110, or the text line driven by Liberty Buick GMC. So, all right. This is a good sign because I like it when people are participatory. But they're second guessing my musical choices for the stories in TJ on the News, and I mean that's a little, pushing it, into my territory of expertise. Somebody said that the story about the monkey in TJ on the News, the theme music should have been Brass Monkey by the Beastie Boys. And then somebody else says Shock the Monkey. That's Peter Gabriel. Shock the Monkey. And those would have been fine choices. I'll give you that. But Monkey Business by Skid Row to lead the TJ on the News, when that comes on and hits, boom. I mean, that just sets the tone. That's why I went with that one. But the next monkey story we have, I'll go with one of those. You see, that's the difference when it's a professional and lovable amateurs. It's useful information that I will use at some point. And one of them had to tell me that Brass Monkey was by the Beastie Boys. I know that. I'm not stupid. Just kidding. All right, so look, I got to talk about this because it's wall-to-wall still, the Jimmy Kimmel situation. So Jimmy Kimmel, they're saying is, his show is pretty much done. When last night we were on and said that his show was suspended indefinitely, most people think indefinitely means forever, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. It means there's no telling when it's going to be back. We don't know until further notice, kind of thing. But from the stuff I've been seeing today and all, it looks like not only do they, ABC, Disney, not want to deal with him, he's looking to get out of his contract, or not get out of it, but I'm sure he wants to get paid the rest of his contract. So we got to deal with that. Now, here's the thing. Is Jimmy Kimmel a number one jerk? Yes. Is he insufferable? Yes. Is he, and I'm presenting it this way by asking a question and then answering, because that's the way the kids do it now. Is he stupid? Yes. Is he still funny? No. But here's the thing. If the businesses like the Next Star and then the other one, I'm not sure I don't remember what it is, the ones that own the affiliate stations of ABC, if they have a problem with what he said about, where he had to blatantly lie to say that it was a MAGA person and that the MAGA people that killed Charlie Kirk, and that the MAGA people are trying to figure out how to make it seem like it's not one of us. Which is, he had to have known that, because it was proven already by the time he did that there was no doubt about it. There was not one single piece of evidence that pointed to the fact that he was one of us. He was on Jimmy Kimmel's side. So, they said, we don't want that. So the businesses don't want to be part of it. That's one thing. But I know the FCC chair has been, talking about, looking into them, whether or not he broke laws, and he, you can't blatantly lie to the public and things like that. I'm not comfortable with the government being involved in this yet, because we've seen what a demonic, I'm not saying, not demonic, but a dictatorial regime like the Biden administration, and people who were running the Biden administration, how they were with censorship and everything. So there's going to be another one of those probably. We're going to have Democrats in charge again. Now, does anybody in their right mind want that? No. But the chances of it happening are great. So what are they going to do? Now, I'm also of the school of thought that it doesn't matter. I don't look at things being done one way or the other because of how the Democrats are going to retaliate. So that's not that important to me because the Democrats are going to do what the Democrats do. It doesn't matter what we do. There's nothing that we can do that's going to make the Democrats say, oh, well, we'll go easy on them. Or maybe the Republicans aren't so bad. It's not like that. So kind of take that out. But when you look at the Constitution and the free speech issue, it's not free speech. It is free speech, but it's not the same whenever a private business says, okay, you're free to say what you said, but we're free to say we don't want to be associated with you anymore. You're canceled. Okay, that's one thing. But for the government to say, we don't agree with what you said, it was heinous and all that, so now you're in trouble with us. I don't like that. I don't like it. But he did lie to the people. And I do like the fact that our side is speaking up and not cowering and giving them, a taste of their medicine. And that's the problem right now. That's why the Democrats are so out of sorts, is because they're used to being able to throw tantrums and do whatever they want to do. And Republicans just sit back, and conservatives are like, oh, we don't want to rock the boat. We don't want to act like they do, whatever. And that makes sense, because who would want to act like a bunch of spoiled brats the way the Democrats act in the media and in politics, and the way the radicals act just in general, like on these college campuses and stuff. Nobody on our side would want to be associated with that. So I get it, but we're also not taking crap anymore, which is good. Jimmy Kimmel is a doo-doo head. Not at all the type of person he used to be. Like I said last night, he used to be pretty cool, or appeared to be pretty cool. But then once he started getting political, and he could still be a liberal and have little liberal things thrown in here or there and a joke here or there, whatever. But all of the liberals in show business, pretty much all of them, think that they have to spout off all of this idiocy that they do because they need to continue their credibility school. It's like they're continuing education and credibility to the other lunatics out there that they have to live with and work with. It's like I was saying the other night, the people the videos that you see on social media of the most deranged sounding people about Charlie Kirk, I would say 80 or more % of them are women. Because women are driven more by emotions, and they have to get it out there. This is my emotion, how I'm feeling. I'm going to show them. I'm going to Not all women. Conservative women aren't like that, so calm down. And then as far as the men, and another thing, I think the attitude among the young people on college campuses and stuff like that is that they think the roles have been reversed now, where the kids that were growing up and they felt like they were the nerds or the outcasts, or they were antisocial and all that. They think they're the cool kids now because the other kids are talking about God and talking about country and all of those nerdy kind of things. And then now they're cool kids in these groups now, these big groups of cool kids who go around destroying the vigils and the monuments and all of that kind of stuff. And they think now, oh, we're the cool ones now. We're the tough ones now. So it's, they think it's a role reversal of groups. Not realizing that acting like you have no upbringing or morals or anything is not cool. And you're not getting revenge on the kids that, pulled your drawers up over your head in the hall. It's almost like they feel like they're getting revenge on the cool kids that bullied them in high school or whatever. So there's so many different, mindsets at work here from a sociological standpoint. It's very interesting. But just when it comes down to it, then they're all just misguided and on the wrong side of things. All right. We're late here on this in this break, so we got to check out for a minute. So we'll be right back. Hang on.
It's TJ Ritchie.
Hey, it's TJ, and the TJ Ritchie Show will be a multi-touch marketing option for all the cool businesses in town. I have no idea what that means. That was written by our business department, obviously, for me to read. If you're a cool business, I guess you know what it means. So go to tjritchie.com and find out more.
Radio, podcasts, and cool social media content. Get all the TJ you can handle at WBT.com/TJ. Now, back to the TJ Ritchie Show on News Talk 1110 and 99.3 WBT.
If I am anything, I am fair. And if I'm critical of someone and then they present themselves in a way that I think is out of character, the way that I've always thought of them or described them, then I will say I was wrong about that person. Now, who am I speaking about tonight is Congresswoman Jazzy Crockett. Now, in the past, I've kind of painted her in a sarcastic light of acting like she's not so bright, acting like she is, off kilter a little bit, unsophisticated, that kind of thing. And then I see a clip of her today where she was on someone's podcast with them, and she has proven me wrong. Because this is obviously a brilliant woman with no, message that is detrimental to the civil society in which we live. So I'll just get Isaac, if you'll play just this little snippet of Congresswoman Jazzy. I don't know who the guy is whose podcast she's on, but he's fantastic as well. So here, I'll eat crow on this one. Go ahead.
It's just understanding what ends up having people become criminally impacted really informs so much of what I do legislatively, right? So when people are like, oh, crime is terrible. And yes, it is, right? Like, because when somebody goes out and commits a crime, they don't typically, say, well, I'm a D or I'm an R, I'm an I. It's not like literally like, it's about, well, how do you fix it? How do you make community safer? And I do think that I'm in a unique situation because I was having the conversations with people that were going out and committing crimes. And so I understood what was kind of pushing them there. And so I do want people to know that just because someone has committed a crime, it doesn't make them a criminal. That is completely different. Being a criminal is more so about your mindset. Committing a crime can come for a lot of different reasons.
Because it could have been like a crime of survival. Like you're trying, like you stole like diapers because you have like no money and like you got kicked off stamps and like your kids got like raging diaper rash. And what are you gonna do? Like let's sit there and watch your kids like fall off. Versus like criminal mindset, which is like I'm gonna evade taxes. I'm gonna be super duper corrupt. I'm gonna like inflate this thing and do like repeated actions over and over and over again without attempting to like heal or get better.
That's exactly right. Sense. That's exactly right.
And I don't know who this. I think obviously he's like the president of a motorcycle gang or something, some kind of a biker gang, or possibly a longshoreman, maybe, or an Alaskan fisherman, something like that. One of those really tough kind of jobs.
Kind of seemed like an oil field guy to me.
Yeah, a roughneck. Is that what they call him?
Yep.
Maybe a Derek Hand.
He was fabulous, though.
So, yeah, because you commit crimes doesn't make you a criminal. Is that what she said? Now, on the other hand, as a separate issue here, if you listen to the way he talks, this is why I bring this message so much, and people act like I'm just so nitpicky. Please teach the young people in your life, if you care about them, teach them to stop saying like every other word, because it makes them sound like they're not smart. Like, and you're like diapers, and they're like, butt's gonna like fall off, like diaper rash, like. Please teach the children well. Oh. Okay, regardless. What did she say? They're not criminals, they are crime. Or no, they're not victims of crime, they're crime impacted.
Yes.
Okay, must be a new one. Crime impacted is what she said. Play the very first part of that again, please, Isaac.
It's just understanding what ends up having people become criminally impacted.
Okay.
Really
criminally impacted. All right. Well, good. Good for her. Good for her. Glad she's on the job. Now, that is a prime example of how these radical leftist Marxists don't want law and order. You see, they even try to change the definition of a criminal. A criminal is not somebody who commits crimes. It depends. A criminal is a mindset, is what she said. It's a mindset, not the crime itself, not stealing, robbing, or any of that stuff. It's the mindset, why you're doing it. You see, that's the dangerous part about where the lunatic left is right now, because it doesn't matter whether it's stealing diapers for your baby or whether it's acting out in a violent way to take care of a political opponent that says that a man can't be a woman and vice versa. It's giving permission and almost like giving, letting them know that it's almost their duty to do these things that people would consider to be crimes, but they're justified. Your baby's starving. You got to steal food for the baby. Or Charlie Kirk said that this, and this. Said that that you can't wake up one morning as a man and then be a woman. Justified. You see? Sick. I mean, it's sick. Now, here's the thing. Jazzy doesn't really believe all that. She's a propagandist. She's a snake oil salesman. She knows she's saying all of that because she's trying to manipulate the minds of the people she considers to be beneath her. That would be the public. She knows better than that. And that's a compliment saying that she's really not that dumb, but it's also an insult saying that she's that shady, that twisted. So that's the truth. Can you handle it? I don't know. All right. Something special that I ran across today that I think that you're going to really enjoy. So we'll get to that coming up next.
The TJ Ritchie Show.
Have you seen these awesome glasses TJ's daughter Lainey found? They're called Aquila, and they're 10% off when you use code TJ at checkout at aquila.la and the deals page at tjritchie.com.
Identifying liberalism and mocking it relentlessly. This is the TJ Ritchie Show on News Talk 1110 and 99.3 WBT.
Man, I just watched a video on the social medias that was posted 5 minutes ago of Ilhan Omar, you know, the Somalian U.S. representative who lied, cheated in order to get her citizenship here, and she hates America and should be denaturalized and deported. I just saw this video of her in somebody's church. I don't know who would invite her to come speak at their church, but she was at the church, and she said, I couldn't understand the whole thing. But I do know that she said somebody is full of S in the church. I mean, this is just a pile of trash is what she is. Now, if the video wasn't real, which that happens from time to time, okay. But that doesn't change the fact that she's trash. Trash. And needs to be back in her beloved home country that she longs for so much. She is an enemy to the United States as a sitting congresswoman. And she's proven that. She said it herself. She's here for Somalia. Somalia is her number one concern. She does nothing but denigrate America. She's just terrible, terrible person. Rotten. Okay. There was a video that I saw today. Somebody had posted, and I'm sorry I didn't put the person's name down. I didn't catch it, or I would give them full credit. But a lot is still happening around the assassination of Charlie Kirk as far as people who knew him personally. All this week, there have been guests that host his podcast. Vice President Vance hosted his podcast one day. 3 of the guys from the Daily Wire, which would be Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh, and Michael Knowles, they hosted the show one day. Glenn Beck hosted yesterday, I think, and continuing to talk about their relationship with Charlie Kirk. But this clip that I found was from years ago. Rush Limbaugh talking about Charlie Kirk, whom he had just met, or talking about how what it was like when he first met Charlie Kirk. Listen.
There was a conference. What was it? Turning Point USA. How many kids were there? And there 3,000 student activists here it was actually over in West Palm Beach. And this is a group that has been put together and operates under the auspices of Charlie Kirk, right? Who is you're going to be hearing that name if you haven't. Charlie Kirk. Let me just tell you. I don't want to jinx him, but I'm just going to tell you. They brought Charlie Kirk to the golf course to meet me about a month ago. He was in town to set up this Turning Point thing. And they brought him to the golf course to meet me. It was we were getting ready for a 8:45 a.m. start. And they brought him out while I was getting ready to go to the range to loosen up. And I spoke with him for about a half hour. And he told me how he grew up in a home where my program was on all the time. He was just effusively complimentary to me, which I, of course, understood and told him he's very wise. His family's very wise. He chuckled. He laughed. This is the kind of guy that you can see really becoming big in politics as he gets older. He just has the carriage, the personality, the charisma. You may think this sounds weird, but I remember when Bill Clinton became president there were all of these stories about Bill Clinton at Oxford and Bill Clinton at Yale and Bill Clinton here and all these people who went to school with him. There was story after story after story where people were saying that they just knew Bill Clinton was going to be president someday. In college, he just had that kind of ambition, and he impressed people in a way that he could. I'm telling you that people are saying the same things about Charlie Kirk.
Isn't that crazy? And awesome. And speaking of Matt Walsh, a minute ago when I was talking about that he was, one of the guest hosts of Charlie Kirk's podcast this week. And I just thought it was fitting to end the show tonight on an uplifting message. Keith Olbermann. If you don't know who Keith Olbermann is, then you're lucky. He's a piece of crap. So he tweeted about Sinclair Broadcasting and their canceling of Jimmy Kimmel. He said, "Burn in hell, Sinclair," alongside Charlie Kirk. Well, Matt Walsh tweeted back at Keith Olbermann, and he said, "Keith, you are already living in hell. Old, unemployed, irrelevant. Fired from every job you ever had, unmarried and childless, spending your final years alone, excrement posting into the void, begging to be noticed. When you die, you will leave behind no legacy, and there will be nobody to mourn you or even remember that you existed. Truly, I would rather be dead than live your life. I cannot imagine the misery that you feel every second of the day, and you deserve all of it." You see, I've been trying to tell you that these people who act like Keith Olbermann, these people who are celebrating and making excuses for and saying that Charlie Kirk deserved what he got and everything, they are miserably, their existence is miserable. They are miserable people. Imagine if you walked around all the time feeling the way these radical leftists feel about everything. They have no joy, and they spread misery wherever they go. Do you know anybody that would like to spend time with Keith Olbermann just to hang out for some beers or something? No. I guarantee you the people that do hang out with him don't really like him. They probably got some other ulterior motive about it or some reason. Maybe they feel sorry for him or whatever. But yeah, these people are miserable. They're miserable. That's why they lash out the way they do. That's why they blame everybody else in the country for their misery. They're sick. But I love that. I absolutely love it. Because they don't get more disgusting and arrogant and narcissistic than Keith Olbermann. I'll tell you that right now. All right, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. So hopefully the person that takes my place is not going to, maybe they'll just take my space, not my place. You know what I'm saying? That's good. That's good. Okay, so the great one, Mark Levin, is coming up next. God loves you and ain't nothing you can do about it. I'll see you Monday.
It's TJ Ritchie.
If you want some of the most delicious pork products you have ever had, then you need to make an order at Big Fork Brands. That's right. Big Fork is at tjritchie.com/deals, and when you use the code TJ, you'll save 20%. It's Big Fork. Hey, it's TJ, and the TJ Ritchie Show will be a multi-touch marketing option for all the cool businesses in town. I have no idea what that means. That was written by our business department, obviously, for me to read. If you're a cool business, I guess you know what it means. So go to tjritchie.com and find out more.